Imagine an army, relentless and invincible, that ruled the world with an iron fist for nearly 2,000 years. This was the Assyrian military. In the annals of history, few forces have commanded the awe and fear that the Assyrian military did. They were not just soldiers, but a tidal wave of power and precision that swept across the ancient world. Their reputation was built on the shoulders of their innovative tactics, their ironclad resolve, and their unwavering commitment to their cause. For nearly 2 millennia, they were the unstoppable force that shaped the course of history. Their longevity wasn't a fluke, but a testament to their adaptability and ingenuity. They pioneered siege tactics that were revolutionary for their time, turning the art of war into a science. They didn't just lay siege to cities, they meticulously planned each assault, exploiting weaknesses and using their superior knowledge of engineering to breach fortifications. And then there was their use of iron weapons. The Assyrians were among the first to understand the potential of this powerful material. They harnessed its strength to create weapons of unparalleled durability and sharpness, giving them an edge in battle that few could match. But the Assyrian military wasn't just about tactics and weapons. It was also about people and culture. They nurtured a warrior ethos that was passed down through generations. Every soldier was instilled with a sense of duty and honor that was as strong as the iron they wielded. This ethos, combined with their innovative tactics and weapons, made them a formidable force that held power for the thousands of years they were around. As we journey through their historical timeline, we'll delve into the birth of this military powerhouse, the Iron Revolution they spearheaded, their mastery of siege warfare, and the peak and decline of their might. We'll also look at the enduring legacy they left behind, a legacy that continues to influence military strategy and tactics to this day. The Assyrian military was not just a force. It was a phenomenon that shaped the course of history. The Assyrian military story begins in the city of Ashur, around 2500 BC. Ashur was not just any city, it was a city-state that would give birth to one of the most formidable military powers in the ancient world. The Assyrian military machine was not born overnight. Rather, it was the result of years of evolution and adaptation. The early formation of the Assyrian military was a response to threats from neighboring tribes and city-states. The Assyrians were initially a small society, primarily focused on trade and agriculture. As they began to face external threats, they knew they needed to protect their people and their interests. Thus, they began to organize a standing army, an uncommon practice in the ancient world. This standing army allowed them to respond quickly to threats, and over time, it became a force to be reckoned with. This force was not just for defense, but also for expansion. The Assyrians started to conquer neighboring territories, expanding their influence and control. These initial conquests were significant, marking the beginning of the Old Assyrian Empire. The empire was built on the foundation of military strength, a strength that was becoming increasingly evident to the world around them. The Assyrians were not just conquerors, they were also innovators. They developed new military strategies and tactics, which they used to their advantage in their campaigns. They understood the importance of discipline, organization, and training in their military ranks. They also recognized the value of psychological warfare, using intimidation and terror as weapons just as effectively as their physical ones. The Assyrians' military might was not just about numbers or brute force. It was about strategy, innovation, and determination. It was about understanding the art of warfare and using it to their advantage. It was about the will to protect their people, their lands, and their way of life. Thus, from humble beginnings arose a military power that would shape the world. The Assyrians were pioneers in warfare, and their most revolutionary innovation was the use of iron weapons. This was a development that dramatically shifted the course of military history. But why was iron so important? Let's delve into that. In the ancient world, bronze was the go-to metal for weapons. But bronze had its limitations. It was a blend of copper and tin, and while it could hold a sharp edge, it was relatively brittle. This meant that bronze weapons could break or blunt easily in the heat of battle. Not exactly the best scenario for a warrior rushing into the fray. Enter iron. With the advent of iron smelting, the Assyrians were quick to seize the opportunity. Iron was tougher, more plentiful, and could be sharpened to a deadly edge. This was a significant upgrade over the brittle bronze weapons of their enemies. Iron weapons were more durable, held their edge longer, and could inflict greater damage. The Assyrians, always quick to adapt and innovate, embraced this new technology with open arms. This shift to iron gave the Assyrians a significant advantage on the battlefield. Their iron-tipped arrows could pierce bronze armor, and their iron swords and spears were more reliable and lethal. The introduction of iron essentially redefined the rules of engagement, giving the Assyrians an edge in their military campaigns. But the Assyrians did more than just adopt iron. They mastered it. They developed sophisticated techniques for forging and tempering iron, creating weapons of unparalleled quality. This expertise allowed them to equip their army with the most advanced weaponry of the day, making them a formidable force to be reckoned with. Iron was not just a metal to the Assyrians, it was a game changer. It was the key to their military superiority, a symbol of their innovative spirit, and a testament to their mastery of technology. The Iron Revolution didn't just change the Assyrians, it changed the entire ancient world. The Assyrians didn't just break through enemy lines, they tore down entire city walls. When it came to siege warfare, the Assyrians were in a league of their own. They were masters of this art, employing innovative tactics and technologies that made their adversaries shudder. You see, for the Assyrians, no city was too fortified, no wall too high. They were among the first to use siege towers. These massive mobile structures were covered in damp animal hides to protect against fire and equipped with archers and infantrymen. The towers were pushed up against the city walls, allowing the Assyrians to attack from an elevated position, raining down arrows and spears on the enemy. But their innovation didn't stop at the towers. The Assyrians also introduced the world to the battering ram. These were large logs, sometimes metal-tipped, suspended from a protective framework. They were used to smash through city walls and gates. The sight of an Assyrian battering ram rolling towards a city wall must have been truly terrifying. These siege techniques, coupled with the Assyrian sheer tenacity, made them nearly unstoppable. But it wasn't just about brute force. The Assyrians also used psychological warfare to their advantage. They were known for their brutal punishments of rebellious cities, spreading fear and prompting many to surrender without a fight. Yet there was a method to their madness. The Assyrians understood that the cost of prolonged sieges could be high, in terms of both resources and manpower. So they developed their tactics to achieve quick victories, minimizing their losses and maximizing their gains. Their use of iron weapons, which we discussed in the previous scene, only added to their formidable siege capabilities. With their superior technology and innovative tactics, the Assyrians were able to conquer and control vast territories, maintaining their power for thousands of years. So it's clear that when it came to siege warfare, the Assyrians weren't just participants. They were innovators, setting the standard for future empires. They showed the world that with the right tactics and technology, even the mightiest walls could crumble. For the Assyrians, no fortress was impregnable. At its zenith, the Assyrian military was invincible. But even the greatest powers have their sunset. The Assyrian military reached its peak during the reign of Tiglath-Pileser III in the 8th century BCE. It was during this time that they perfected their innovative siege tactics and iron weaponry, becoming a force that was feared across the ancient world. The Assyrian Empire expanded rapidly under Tiglath-Pileser III, conquering lands and peoples from the Mediterranean Sea to the Persian Gulf. However, maintaining such a vast empire proved to be a Herculean task. The constant need for warfare to maintain control over their territories took a toll on the Assyrian army. It was a cycle of conquest and rebellion that seemed endless. The empire's stretched resources and overworked armies eventually led to its downfall. The decline of the Assyrian military might began in the late 7th century BCE during the reign of Ashurbanipal. This was a time of internal strife, economic instability, and external pressures from the rising powers of Babylon and Media. The great city of Nineveh, the heart of the Assyrian Empire, fell to the combined forces of the Babylonians and Medes in 612 BCE, marking the end of the Assyrian military's reign of dominance. Yet the fall of the Assyrian military didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual process that took place over several decades. The once invincible Assyrian war machine gradually lost its edge, as it struggled to adapt to changing circumstances and emerging threats. Despite their decline, the Assyrians left behind a legacy that changed the course of history. Their military innovations, particularly their mastery of siege warfare and use of iron weaponry, influenced future empires and set new standards in warfare. The Assyrian military might have fallen, but its legacy is far from forgotten. Their story serves as a powerful reminder of the transient nature of power and the ever-changing dynamics of history. The Assyrian military may have vanished, but its echoes reverberate through history. Their legacy is an enduring testament to their might, their innovation, and their indomitable spirit. The Assyrians were not just a military powerhouse, they were pioneers, setting the stage for future civilizations to follow. The Assyrians left behind a blueprint for military strategy that has been studied, adapted, and used throughout the ages. Their use of iron weapons revolutionized warfare, serving as the bedrock for the development of more advanced weapons in subsequent civilizations. Their innovative siege tactics set a precedent, and their understanding of the art of war was far ahead of their time. The Assyrians also left an indelible mark on the world of architecture and engineering. Their mastery of siege warfare was not just a result of brute force, but also of their understanding of engineering principles. They built siege towers and battering rams, innovations that were later adopted and improved upon by the Greeks and Romans. The Assyrian military was not just about conquest and power. It was also about organization and discipline. They had a rigidly structured hierarchy, a professional standing army, and a system of conscription that was among the first of its kind. This level of organization was a key factor in their ability to maintain control over their vast empire for so long. Historians and archaeologists continue to study the Assyrians, their military strategies, and their empire. Their innovations in warfare, their organizational structure, and their use of iron weapons provide a window into a civilization that was both fearsome and fascinating. And while the Assyrian Empire eventually fell, its military legacy lives on. It serves as a reminder of a time when the Assyrians were the most feared force on the planet, when their iron weapons struck terror into the hearts of their enemies, and when their innovative siege tactics were unrivaled. The Assyrian military, a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and the unquenchable thirst for power. The Assyrian military was a force like no other, a testament to human innovation and the will to conquer. From their rise as a military powerhouse to their eventual decline, the Assyrians have left a lasting imprint on the annals of history. They were the unstoppable force of the ancient world. Born in the crucible of warfare and conflict, they honed their skills and tactics to become a formidable force that held sway for thousands of years. The Assyrians were not just warriors, they were innovators, leaders, and pioneers. They revolutionized the use of iron in warfare, a move that gave them a distinct advantage over their adversaries. Their mastery of siege warfare was unparalleled. They developed innovative tactics and strategies that allowed them to penetrate the most formidable of fortifications. Their battle campaigns were strategic masterpieces, carefully planned and brilliantly executed. Even at the height of their power, they never rested on their laurels. They constantly innovated, adapted, and improved their military tactics and strategies. However, like all great empires, the Assyrian military might eventually decline. Yet, their legacy lives on. Their innovative use of iron, their mastery of siege warfare, and their strategic battle campaigns continue to inspire and influence modern warfare. It's intriguing to see how a civilization that existed thousands of years ago could have such a profound impact on the world. It is a testament to their ingenuity, their courage, and their relentless pursuit of power and dominance. If you've enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. There's a wealth of history waiting to be explored, and we're just getting started. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Remember, the past is not just a story, it's a lesson. It teaches us about the heights of human achievement, the depths of human folly, and the enduring spirit of human resilience. So let's keep learning, keep exploring, and keep making history come alive.